This is a special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, WAAY 31 is rocking all right.
Big Game Friday night. Max Cohan, Trevor Denton.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
One game to decide 3A Region 8. Fife just one win away from their 9th straight region title as they host Geraldine in our Game of the Week.
Well, out in the Shoals, Tigers and the Trojans, Hartsel and Muscle Shoals battling it out for the 6A Region 7 crown in our rivalry Game of the Week.
Hello and welcome into Big Game Friday night, everyone. It is week 9 of the high school football season, and most regions will be decided tonight. Max Cohan here with the one and only Trevor Denton. And Trevor, there's still another week of the regular season remaining, but this is the biggest week of the year.
That's definitely right. Next week, most teams will be playing in those non-region matchups in most cases, but the only thing those games will impact is a team's final record. That couldn't be further from the truth tonight, as plaques and playoff spots were ripe for the picking.
And out in Fife, the Red Devils entered the night with 8 straight region titles. Paul Benefield's squad looked to make it 9 tonight against Geraldine. So let's head out to Paul Benefield Stadium, where Paige Meyer has our recap of the Game of the Week.
There was a lot on the line tonight as 6-0 Fife took on 5-1 Geraldine. Fife's undefeated record and a region title was well in their grasp. The Red Devils came into tonight to conquer and defend, and they did just that, taking this game 42-7. It was a big night at Paul Benefield Stadium as the Red Devils took on the Bulldogs. The purple and white start this one off, but after a few attempts, the ball is turned over to the red and white. Fife's Blake Dobbins lobs it over to Logan Anderson for some nice yardage here. Anderson with the ball here again, and he finesses his way around the Bulldogs, getting pushed into the end zone, putting the first points up on the scoreboard. After Geraldine's drive comes up empty, the Red Devils take over. The ball is passed here to Ryan Gibson, and he makes his way out of the pack, heading down the field. He bypasses 3 Bulldogs, getting pushed out of bounds by the 4th, getting a 21-yard run, giving Fife a first down to end the first quarter. And the ball is now back in the hands of Anderson, and to the surprise of no one, he runs it into the end zone for Fife's second touchdown of the night. Geraldine's QB, John Beck Wade, gets trapped here with no one to pass to, but he's on his feet, getting the Bulldogs some yards. But a few plays later, Wade is taken down by the Red Devils. With Fife back on the attack, Gibson handed the ball, and down the field he runs for a Red Devils first down. And to end the first half, Anderson leaps over the line for a touchdown, putting the score at 21-0. We're here at Paul Benefield Stadium. I'm joined with Fife head football coach Paul Benefield. You guys are 7-0 right now. How are you feeling at this moment?
Well, that's a region record for now, so we're proud of that and proud to clinch our region championship tonight. So, you know, it's just the team is responding from injuries, and we got better each week, and so we'll see what happens.
And you guys are region champs yet again. How is this making you guys feel at this moment?
Well, it makes it special. That's what one of our goals is be region champs. And you know, these guys, seniors, have played a lot of games, and I think they've won the region every year they've been on the varsity. So, real proud of them and proud of our whole team.
Yeah. And now, I mean, some goals coming up. You guys are coming off of some pretty incredible seasons. What are some goals that you guys have moving forward?
Well, it's always, you know, to win the region, to and make a run for the state championship and try to get in the game. And it's tougher this year because we got moved up to 3A, but you know, all we can do is work, take care of us, and do the best we can do.
And today, you guys played extremely well, but what's something that you think you could have done better tonight?
Missed some tackles and missed some blocks like always, but that Geraldine is a good football team, so you know, you're going to do that against them. But you know, we had a few little hiccups, but overall, great performance.
So Geraldine was the only team that beat you guys last year. How does it feel coming back stronger and taking the title tonight?
Well, it feels better than last year, I know. A lot better, you know, a lot better feeling. They were the first game of the year last year, and they just physically whipped us and beat us up. And So taught us a lesson, and so it feels good to come back and get a win.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now that wraps it up here tonight at Fife High School, with the final score being Fife 42-7 Geraldine. Reporting with coverage you can count on, Paige Meyer, WAAY 31 Sports.
I'm not over that jump by Logan Anderson.
Yeah, I guess he's fully healthy, huh?
Exactly. I think that could have cleared like both of us at the same time. But hard to believe the last time the Red Devils didn't win their region way back in 2015. What a run for them.
It's unbelievable. And we've got a bunch more 3A Region 8 action to get to later in the show. But right now we're going to turn our attention to another tight race in 7A Region 4. Tonight, Sparkman hosting Florence, needing a win to play some extra games. If they win, they hold second place. If they lose, they're out. So a lot on the line in Harvest tonight, and the defenses came to play. The Falcons shutting down the Senators' run game as Henry Blank flies in to send Jabari Davis to the turf. But it wasn't just Florence. Sparkman's defenders were in attack mode as well, giving Carter Graves no room to work with after this catch. Fortunately for the Falcons, that wouldn't end their drive. 2 plays later, Cade Davis hits Kalon Triplett on the screen, and he'll rumble into the red zone, making it inside the 10 before he goes down. So now with a few shots at the end zone, it looks like the Falcons are going to score a touchdown, but the Sparkman defense stands strong. Anthony Seaton breaks it up on 3rd down, forcing a field goal, but the Sens couldn't get anything going, and the Falcons get another chance. This time, they don't waste it. Play action has all of us like a moth before a flame, but Davis has Cavante Green ahead of the backers, and that's just how they drew it up. The touchdown giving them a 10-point lead in the first half, and they kept it, winning 13-2. The region is already locked up by Austin, but the Black Bears still have a perfect season going and look to move to 9-0 tonight against Grissom. These teams have played 30 times, Austin winning 20 of those meetings. And this Black Bears team has been something else this year. They're tough as nails. Landon Baker laying down the hammer on this one. Just impressive stuff from the kids. And the backfield simply stacked with talent, but the quarterback, J.L. Davis, can throw it a mile, and he launches this one to Jackson Potter, the speedy receiver, always making some big plays. Grissom doing their best to fight back, and to their credit, they made some plays. Jameer Woodruff finds a hole before getting chopped down. Then another running back, Keyshawn Barnes, dances to the edge and lands in the end zone for the score, but it's Austin that wins, staying perfect, 52-21.
As we mentioned earlier, 7A Region 4 could get a little bit complicated, and that meant that Bob Jones was still technically alive tonight. The Patriots needed Huntsville to win to have hope, but which we just saw that happen. They also needed to win tonight. Kelvis White's squad has reached the playoffs in 3 straight seasons. They were hoping to add to that streak tonight. Huntsville's Will Carter gets the scoring started with the keeper up the middle. Patriots first series, thinking end zone right away. Johnny Jackson out wide to Reese Dorsey, and he is off to the races as he escapes past the cluster there, and he is turning on the Jets down the sideline for a touchdown. Patriots on fire, and this time the Double J decides to keep it himself, call his own number for the score. Bob Jones wins 54-14 over Huntsville. So 1 classification taken care of, 6 more left to go. You're not going to want to miss this next one.
That's right, Trev. It's Hartzell and Muscle Shoals for all the marbles right after the break.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night.
Yeah, at the end.
You're watching Big Game Friday night. Go Patriots!
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
All right, welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everybody. The last several years, 6A Region 7 has come down to just 2 squads, Hartzell and Muscle Shoals. Guess what? This year, no different. The Tigers and the Trojans meeting tonight with that crown on the line yet again.
Yeah, and last year, this game got nuts with the Tigers winning in double overtime. Their last 2 meetings decided by just 1 score. Will we see more of the same tonight? We'll jump right into the action. Tigers knocking at the door. Noah Lee with the play-action pass. Chandler Keel comes comes down with it to put Hartzell up 4 in the fourth, though that wouldn't last long. Cade Clemens dishes it over to Jacques Screen, and the quick pitch and catch puts the Trojans back in front. JF Moore Stadium erupting. But at the end of the third, Lee would lean over and into the end zone as the Tigers retake the lead. But when Muscle Shoals needed him most, Tari Hampton showed up, staying on his feet to score from 12 yards out and win them the region by just 1 point, 29-28.
Well, you know, this is a typical game with Hartsville. It's back and forth every year, and you know, that's why it's a great rivalry. They got a great football team, and you know, fortunately, we was able to come out on top tonight.
And so with that game in the books, the region is officially locked up. The Trojans and Tigers are the top 2 teams, with Athens and Coleman in the 3 and 4 spots. So let's see how the other teams fared tonight. The Golden Eagles wrapping up region play against the Decatur team that only has 1 region win, and it came against Columbia. And the Eagles take this one home 49-20.
6A Region 8 was locked up last week by Fort Payne. Tonight, the Wildcats had the chance to finish with a perfect region record as they hosted a winless Lee team. Let's see how this one played out. The Generals are having their worst season yet under Irving McGuire. It only got worse tonight. Fort Payne wins 55-13 tonight. And
down in Coleman, the Bearcats and Bucks met in a non-region battle. In their first meeting since 2021, Buckhorn takes this one home 14-7.
Let's check in on Columbia, team we just mentioned. The Eagles looking for their first win since 2015. Jasper, yeah, they had other plans. Deep in enemy territory, they handed off to Micah Pledger for the Vikings' quick touchdown. But it would only get worse for the Eagles. Unable to get anything going on offense, they have to punt it away. Brody Garrett back to field it. This guy's going to put on a clinic, going 85 yards the other way as Jasper piles on. The Vikings winning 48-0. Gonna have to wait for that win. Over in 5A Region 8, things got complicated when Guntersville lost to Boaz last week. Tonight, the Cats hoping for some redemption and some help from their rivals Arab to lock things up in the region.
That's right, but first they needed to avoid being upset by Douglas. Lance Reese usually pretty good at getting back on track. Could they do that against the Eagles? First, their quarterback Street Smith gets dragged down by a flock of defenders, but after that, the Cats get back to cooking. Smith rolls out and fires one to Jackson Lenore for a first down along the sideline. And you can't forget about star running back Julian Jordan. He bounces it to the edge, hesitates, and then lays down a hit that could be heard from City Harbor. Talk about using the truck stick. And they call on number 5 again, and Jordan seems to find the end zone every week. He was slow to get up, but he would be all right as Guntersville wins in a blowout, 42-0. All right, guys, well, it's time for us to take another timeout and catch our breath.
But don't go anywhere. We've got our defensive play of the day coming up after the break.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
We are the Pro Crown Marching Band, and you're watching Big Game Night Friday on WAAY 31.
How about that? And a little Sports Center. They nailed that. They did a great job.
I can't play any instrument, so it's all impressive to me. But you know what?
Absolutely.
They were really bringing it tonight, more than I could bring it. But you know who else brought it today? Any guesses?
Tell me, Max. Tell me. I have no guesses. Tell me.
Area defenses. But for us, one play stood above the rest. A little foreshadowing for you. It's from the Plainview-Madison Academy game with those highlights coming up. So the Mustangs have the ball. Charleston Owens running for his life. Plainview's Brody Feeney sacks him, but the ball's loose. It gets kicked around.
Ball.
Anybody's ball at that point. But Plainview's Cole Cooper looks like he's headed for a score. Jaden Etienne goes from being on offense to being on defense and catches him from behind. That is absolutely our defensive play of the day.
Definitely well deserving. Love how hard he worked to get that sack. Out in Stevenson, a lot of hard work in 4A Region 8. Randolph looking to get one game closer to their first region title as they took on a red-hot North Jackson team. And this is one of those big regions that will still be playing meaningful games next week. Randolph would get things going first. William Mitchell with time in the pocket. He's dangerous when you give him that. Eyes downfield. He's got Walker Mitchell wide open walking into the end zone, but a number of guys in the way as it seems like he's in for the score. Mitchell finds a way around them, getting the arm stretched far enough into the end zone to give Randolph the early lead. But North Jackson swings right back. I've really enjoyed watching this guy all season long.
He's special.
Max. Diego Holt making plays every single week, stiff-arming a guy as he fights his way in for 6, and Holt would keep the rushing attack going for the Chiefs, scoring twice late in the game as North Jackson wins a tight one to take control of the region. What a game, 28-26. Both Westminster Christian and New Hope are also hoping to play some extra games this year. A win tonight would be massive for either team. Houston Scott, another quarterback in the area we've seen air out the ball. He looks deep here, but Dawson Cameron coming in out of nowhere to break the pass up. He was locked down today in coverage. He also had this moment. I want you to watch this one closely, Mac. He takes it on the reverse, and look at this. Kind of gets to the edge, right?
He's coming right at us.
Kind of looks like he's about to get tackled. Nope. Bounces off one. Bounces off 2 more. Now he's still running free. Bounces off 2 more, and he flips fields completely to the other side. One of the better athletic plays you're going to see all year long. Bad news, it got called back for a holding penalty. I still wanted to show it, and we want to show you this final score from another really close game. The Wildcats winning a good defensive battle, 21-14. And in a region this size, the field still very much wide open, Max.
Yeah, and tonight at Madison Academy, the Mustangs hosted a Plainview team that was hoping they could end their playoff drought this year. Dale Pruitt's squad only has 4 wins this season, but they've all come in region play. Plainview down 17-10 at the half, but ready to roll after the break. Trey Rutledge hands off to Brody Hodges up the gut from 2 yards out, and the Bears pull to within 1. Then a wild play here. You might have just seen it. Mustangs with the ball. Charleston Owens running for his life. Brody Feeney sacks him. We've got a fumble. Ball's loose, and Cole Cooper looks like he's headed for the score, but Jaden Etienne catches him from behind, and that's big because the Mustangs start grinding it out. Owens hands it to Joshua Williams, and he'll handle it from there. Big score for Madison Academy as the Mustangs win 24-16. In 4A Region 7, no one is playing like West Morgan. The Rebels still undefeated and hosted a Wilson team they've never lost to. Plays like this are why. Titan Partlow rips it downfield. Joshua Gardland can't secure it on the first try, but finds a way on the second, staying on his feet to find the end zone for a Rebels score. Not long after that, West Morgan is going to switch things up, and nothing, and I mean nothing, beats a big man touchdown. Wiley Garrison getting it done, but Drew Phillips' squad was just getting started. Makari Johnson makes one cut and then beats everyone to the goal line on another long strike as the Rebels win the region 55-7. Behind the Rebels, things get really complicated. There are a number of teams fighting for the remaining 3 spots, among them Hatton and Central.
And would you know it, the Hornets and the Wildcats meeting tonight over in Florence. History favors Central in this one as they have never lost to Hatton, ever. And they say history repeats itself. Jackson Brewer dropping a dime to Logan Galliano in the end zone. He goes for the simple chest bump after the score. You know why, stray away from the classics there. Here's a classic play, a little fake reverse behind, and then the handoff right up the gut in a world of pretty passes. Running the rock still gets the job done. Big gain by Evan Handback. He goes back to back with another carry, punching it in the end zone this time. Central packed a lot of punch in this one with a final score of 56-7. All right, it's time to call our first timeout of the day in this one.
Yeah, but we are not done yet. We've got more scores and top lights coming up right after the break. Stick around.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. Go You're watching Big Game Friday night. Go Wildcats!
And there it is, Max, our only team in the area called the Wildcats. That's a joke.
That can't be right.
There's like at least 17, but welcome back into Big Game Friday night, everybody. Down in 2A action, we had not 17 games to get into, but we have 2 huge ones, right, Max?
Yeah, that's right. In Region 8, the final playoff spot was up for grabs between Red Bay and Tanner, and the Tigers take it 46-6. The top spot and region crown would go to the winners of this one between Winston County and Decatur Heritage, and the Yellow Jackets win that one 14-7. And of course, we just want to take this time to say a massive thank you to everybody that helps make this show possible, from everyone into production to our EP Sarah Jones, all of our shooters on the sideline, and of course, everybody who watches this show, all of our loyal viewers making WAAY 31 your home for high school football each and every week. Thank you to you.
Yeah, and can I just say a thank you to the athletes? I think tonight was our best highlights of the entire season so far. Incredible stuff. And to finish this week's show, we'll end the same way we always do with our top highlights of the week.
You've been watching a special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.